Good evening, ladies and gents. You are listening to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast Beyond the Ropes. This is your man, 50 grand OTR mic drop.
This your boy Jay, aka Mr. Rant.
Hey, this is your boy Trey, aka OTR Trey, aka Trey Way.
And we are back with another episode. Glad to be here. Jay, hope you enjoyed Vegas. You look like you still got a little bit of jet lag.
Man, listen. I do, but I'm good.
Man, last time Jay was in Vegas, he walked away with the AEW championship. Stole that shit.
I know, right?
MJF looking for you, man.
You know, I went back to see if I could find me another one, but they didn't have anything. So,
they ain't had no new World Heavyweight Championship, no TNT title, no.
They ain't had a big Burberry
gold
belt.
foil WWE Championship.
I was trying to walk away with that TJ Watt autographed helmet, but I didn't want to pay the $1,500 for it. So, yeah.
Ooh.
I know, right?
All right, so it's been a couple weeks since we've been on here.
Got a star-studded jam-packed episode.
Mm-hmm.
Sure do.
Yep. So go ahead and kick it off, Trey.
All right. So, did either one of you watch the AEW Collision debut episode?
I caught the playbacks.
Okay. I didn't watch it live either, but I did the playbacks.
Everything that AEW puts out, like their debut stuff, I always miss because either it's on a weekend or the time it's like 8 o'clock and I'm probably doing something.
Well, I'm just happy that wrestling is back on Saturday nights consistently. I remember the WCW days, Saturday night wrestling. But
listen, I miss the Sundays. I ain't gonna lie. Saturdays is hard for me. I be out on the move and stuff, man. So,
AEW is for the children.
Yeah, I can see that.
So not only was it the AEW debut episode, but your favorite CM Punk made his return to AEW, and he came out with a bag and wrestling boots tied around his neck, and everybody was wondering what was going on. Now, I think that what he had in the bag was the AEW championship that he never gave back.
Oh my God.
Because he was talking about how he never got beat for it and all that. He was talking about counterfeit bucks, so throwing shots at the young bucks. But then he said that he's not going to retire because he said these boots, until somebody is able to fill these boots, they not. I'm not retiring, stuff like that. So, give me your overall opinion on what CM Punk had to say, or if you even care.
You really want me to give my honest opinion? Because I think we've already talked about this already.
I mean, CM Punk's he's looking at JD, but he really should be looking at you.
He'll need to be looking at me because I don't care. I've already said this. I've been over CM Punk. So hopefully he can keep his shit together long enough.
What you got, JD?
Oh man. CM Punk. He ain't gonna change. That's for sure.
Nope.
He's never going. He's still always gonna be about himself. It's good TV. That's what I'll say. Obviously, I go back to saying Tony Khan does not know what he's doing, but he is looking at his TV ratings, and that's what it is. It's a big TV rating.
They got a boost for
AEW.
I think they had 800,000.
It definitely got a boost, especially when you do it in Chicago and you have CM Punk in Chicago.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We all know that
it's Chicago that makes CM Punk.
Yeah. I mean, we already know that CM Punk is going to bring numbers because people just want to see what's going to happen. So with that, it's always going to be quote unquote good for business when he comes back. But at the same time, it's just, I feel like you're just promoting a toxic environment. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to say, so say what you want about CM Punk and how you think he's never going to change. I mean, he cleared. It's been 9 months or whatever, and he still got it. That promo was still. He was hitting some stuff. Like he's still one of the best promos out there.
Instead of doing a pipe bomb, he did a grenade.
He knows how to get the people going. I can respect
that. Yeah, that he does.
Did you?
He knows how to get the Chicago people going.
He can get the other people going too. I think that he's going to be in for a rude awakening, though. I think that his actions have consequences that he hasn't realized yet because he hasn't been on TV. They're about to go on a Canadian tour, so I don't know how they're going to react to him there. But I know that when they come back to the States, when they're outside of the state of Illinois, he might start because he was getting mixed reactions when they first said he was coming back, and then he damn near got no reaction or got booed when Tony Khan brought him up the week before, earlier that weekend on Dynamite. So
I mean, because outside of Chicago, don't nobody really care about him.
But I think this finally is going to set up for what I was asking for prior to him getting hurt and leaving and fighting everybody was CM Punk heel turn, because CM Punk as a heel is the best CM Punk in my opinion. So if the fans are not going to treat him right, then he might as well just go full on heel. Shit, he's already beefing with the Elite, even though they're going to be on separate shows. So I'm ready for that.
All I'm gonna say is we'll wait and see.
Well, did y'all see the highlights of the match he had when it was CM FTR versus Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Juice Robinson took the pin, which we expected.
Yeah.
Took the GTS and took the pin. But let's talk about. Oh yeah, how do you think CM Punk looked in his return?
I mean, he looked solid. He definitely, everybody has ring rust when you go off 9 months, but he definitely looked in, form and shape.
I think as long as he stops doing them damn stage dives and breaking his foot, I think he'll be all right.
I mean, he looks better than Sting and Ric Flair's old ass getting in the ring. So, can't compare.
Hey, man, Sting's contract, he said he's done after his contract runs out in a couple months or a few months.
Yeah,
Sting hasn't had a one-on-one match.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Hey, the funny thing, fun fact, Jericho and Sting have never had a program together.
Nope. This will be the first one.
Because when Sting went to WWE, Jericho wasn't there. He was on break. And then when they were in WCW, Jericho was a cruiserweight beefing with Dean Malenko and them and Eddie instead of Sting, who was beefing with the NWO the whole time.
Yeah.
So we've never actually gotten them together. So look at AEW doing dream matches.
I know, right? That's all they got for them, so they ain't got no choice.
So we also on Collision, we also saw the return of Andrade and the return of Miro.
Mm-hmm. Miro looked like he definitely lost a lot of weight.
Well, that's good. That means he wasn't at home sitting down getting fat. He was getting in shape. He literally wasn't being a Bulgarian brute.
It's funny how you get the return of Andrade and then on SmackDown, Charlotte Flair comes back. All at the same time.
Funny how that works.
I know, right? Funny how that
works out. Yeah. They were on vacation together.
They're a bunch of part-timers.
Oh yeah, don't worry. We gonna get to Charlotte, but I'm glad that Andrade's back because I remember we up here had a lot to, well, especially y'all had a lot to say about how AEW was mismanaging their people, and Andrade and Miro at the very top of that list. Now, I don't know what Miro's excuse was, but we know Andrade was working off of the Charlotte schedule. But I'm glad Miro's back. I'm waiting on CJ to come with him, aka Lana.
Yeah.
I'm
waiting for her to debut. It might as well.
It might.
Let me see. I think that might be all I got for Collision. Excuse me. Did y'all see that the Gun Club are the new members of the Bullet Club?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not.
Yeah, they joined Bullet Club Gold.
Mm-hmm.
Bullet Club Gold. They got too many damn factions, man. They need to stop it. It's time to stop. Kill it.
Nah, hell nah.
No.
What you gonna do with the trios titles? You need all the factions.
Because they got Bullet Club and Impact. That's why they call themselves Bullet Club Gold. And then they still got
I know that.
OG. They still got OG Bullet Club in New Japan. And then, I think what Impact is Bullet Club Red or something. Like, I forget what they call themselves.
Oh, I got Dynamite on right now. It's good to see the Hardys come back looking like them old selves.
We ain't gonna start that one.
You said the key word old.
Mm-hmm. Matt Hardy looking like version 1.
Oh my goodness.
Matt Hardy look like version 1 stuck in a bed of cement. That's how stiff he is.
They look good. But let me see. Oh, so I had another AEW update for y'all. So rumor has it that Tony Khan and his father are trying to buy Bellator MMA.
Oh my god!
Because WWE has the UFC,
so they can't have nothing to themselves.
Well, Jake Hager already fights in Bellator.
He does.
I know that, but I'm just saying this is really starting to get out of hand now. Seriously. Like, at this point, there's no originality with them. You know what I mean?
So, they should buy the WBC and get some boxers?
No, they shouldn't buy anything. Like, let it go. They're not WWE.
Well, WWE doesn't have the NFL, so AEW got that.
They ain't got the NFL. They got an owner.
Yeah, because WWE is definitely sponsored by, they have a dual sponsorship because that's why everybody gets a WWE belt when they win the Super Bowl.
I bet you the Jags, if they win it, they gonna get an AEW belt.
Oh my god.
It's never gonna happen.
They probably will. How much you want to bet? I bet they will.
They probably will. But it's never gonna happen.
No, trust me, the Jags are in my division. Shout out to Tennessee, but the Jags are good. So who knows? Like, actually, they don't suck, finally. But let me see. Forbidden Doors this weekend.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that Daniel Bryan match. Bryan Danielson.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say
Now I'm irritated because I'm pretty sure we were going to see Mercedes make her AEW debut at Forbidden Door with New Japan on the New Japan side, but she broke her ankle. Yeah. I mean, she could still pop up, do a promo, or just do like a video or something, but I doubt she's going to do that.
I'm telling you right now, Forbidden Door, you know who we're going to get the debut of?
Who?
Naomi.
You mean Trinity?
Yep, Trinity. Watch.
Well, she's on Impact.
Oh, that's right. She is on Impact.
Yeah,
she's on Impact headlining.
So these are the 4 matches so far that are set up. You got Danielson versus Okada, which should be great. 5-star, 6-star match, as they say. You got Omega versus Ospreay 2 for the IWGP United States Championship. You got Sonata.
That's going to be
Oh, which one? The Okada? I mean, Ospreay.
Yeah, you already know that's gonna be the main event.
Well, because then you have Sonata versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and that match came up because Sonata put up an open challenge and Jungle Boy accepted, and he should have Hook in his corner. Could be setting up for a Jungle Boy heel turn. Might stop going by Jungle Boy altogether, just go by Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And then you got MJF going against Hiroshi Tanahashi for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, we know MJF isn't losing, so I ain't worried about that.
So right now, those are the only 4 matches. So unless some more get developed tonight, Friday for Rampage or Saturday on Collision, it's got to be more. It can't just be 4 matches for the whole show.
Nah, but you already know they're gonna have just some general New Japan matches.
I was waiting on Ibushi to come back, put the Golden Lovers back together.
Who do you think is going to be the one to beat MJF?
I'm not sure. It looks like I think they're going to eventually set up a singles match between him and Darby.
It's either him and Darby or him and Adam
Sammy?
Cole.
Well, yeah. Well, he already fought Adam Cole, and they went to a draw.
Yeah.
Of course, another draw.
I know Jay hates a draw, even though sometimes I think it's warranted.
It's not that I don't hate a draw. It's just the fact that it's tired. It's played out the best.
Well, the thing is, it's like this. You can't have MJF lose on free TV as your champion. For one, MJF never fights on TV. No, you can't. No, you can't.
It wasn't for the title.
That makes it even worse, honestly. No. I don't agree with the champion losing straight up on free TV. Especially if he's a heel.
But it was gonna so this match he could have lost because it was gonna go for Adam Cole received a championship opportunity. So I'm okay with him losing on free TV if that's
it was an eliminator. It was an eliminator match. Yeah. So they went to a draw, so it keeps them.
It was actually
them both.
It was a good draw, Jay. You wouldn't have been upset about that one.
Mm-hmm. And then because you got to think, Sammy now is trying to turn babyface because he keeps talking about his baby that he's having with Ty. Then he's talking about becoming world champion. So I don't know if they're ready to pull the trigger yet on a Sammy Guevara championship run.
You already saw that, Chris Jericho came out and he, interrupted him, Sammy and Darby's, exchange of words and stuff like that. And so, Darby called him out. It was like, are you still going to keep running behind the JAS? Because it's not Sammy Appreciation Society, it's Jericho Appreciation Society.
And then, matter of fact, can I just say that the Inner Circle shits on the JAS as far as a group. Inner Circle was 1,000 times better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the JAS with fucking Daddy Magic and the other dude, and Hager's not even the same minutes that he was. Like Jake Hager looked like he could have been a world champion at one day when he was in the Inner Circle. Now he's a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only people up there that are worth anything are Sammy and Garcia. Mm-hmm. And then they I still don't know what the hell happened with the Garcia push. But
they pushed him right out the building.
All right. So that's all I
not out the building.
So that's all I had
he's still
for
with the company.
AEW. Did y'all have anything else? Or y'all want to get to the meat and potatoes?
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Well, before we get to the real nitty gritty, let's talk about these Money in the Bank qualifiers. So you see your man, Logan Paul. I told y'all. he's going to become a world champion one day. And I also said he's going to win Money in the Bank. Everything is looking like it's coming to fruition.
I mean, Do you really want to see Logan Paul versus Seth? Because it ain't gonna be Roman.
Well, because Seth is going to. I mean, Logan's going to do he's going to do it like a heel. He's not going to face him straight up.
I mean, I'm convinced that
I wouldn't be shocked if if the men's Money in the Bank was first, and then during the Seth and Finn match, Logan cashed in on Seth right then.
Yeah, I would, because I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if the way that they keep doing Cody, I feel like he's the one that's gonna beat Roman. You know, are they going to push this until next WrestleMania? That's what I feel like they're going. I feel like they're going till next WrestleMania. Cody versus Roman, and then this time, think about it, Roman's not going to have a bloodline.
So we think,
or it could be SummerSlam because the storyline is so fresh.
There's only one person that's taking the title off of Roman, and his name is DJ.
You think so?
Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. I don't think The Rock wants to come back and be champion. He got too much stuff going on to meet those obligations, man, as the champion.
Yeah, I know. I'm just speaking as a fan right now. If you want me to speak,
as a fan, I would like to see it, but I mean, being honest, and
if you want me to speak facts, right now, you could still push this bloodline story all the way until next WrestleMania, right?
Oh yeah, you definitely can.
And I honestly seen, not saying that he has to get a solo push, but I kind of see Jey Uso being the one to dethrone Roman.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Last SmackDown, the ending of SmackDown was one of the best in a long time.
Whoa. You skipping.
We're not there yet.
And it was my fault.
We're not there
yet. He got there.
It was my fault. It was my fault. We're going to rewind it. Let's go back to Money in the Bank.
CM Punk and FTR just came out to attack the Bullet Club. I didn't think CM Punk. CM Punk. I didn't think CM Punk was gonna be on Dynamite no more.
He ain't supposed to be.
All right.
All right. Let's go back to Money in the Bank. So Logan Paul. Yes, I can see Logan Paul facing Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Right. We're not making our Money in the Bank predictions yet. I'm just saying it's because Logan came out on Monday. We're gonna say next week for our Money in the Bank predictions.
I still don't want to see it.
Yeah, man.
It makes for good TV, especially with the spot that him and Ricochet had did at WrestleMania.
Man, the funniest shit was when Logan was in the ring and then everybody in the match started coming out, and you knew as soon as Butch came out, he won't do no talking.
Yeah,
he went right at Logan.
Yep. But yeah, so Logan, it's definitely one hitter quitter. It's definitely gonna be a good Money in the Bank match.
I mean, I think so.
This might be like one of the biggest high flying Money in the Bank matches that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, and then I like when you look at who's actually in the match, it's nobody that you know for a fact is a given to win it, because sometimes you kind of have an idea.
They're all kind of underdogs. Ricochet, Logan Paul,
LA
Knight,
Shinsuke, Butch.
Yeah, but here's the problem that I have with this Money in the Bank. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest.
I know what it is.
I see the winner of this Money in the Bank cashing in that damn title for either the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship. They have nobody. They don't have any big time people really in this Money in the Bank.
That's the point.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's half and half. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's split half and half. If it's Ricochet, no, I can.
If it's LA Knight. If it's LA Knight,
who's in the Money in the Bank match? That's a previous WWE champion?
Oh, nobody.
Don't worry, I'll wait. There you go.
There's only one person. I think there's only one person who's fought for the WWE title, and that's Shinsuke.
And that's Shinsuke.
Yeah. But LA Knight can feud with Roman. Butch can feud with Roman.
Logan Paul already did it.
Who else? Logan Paul. He's done it.
All I'm saying is that you got to look at the people that they have for this Money in the Bank. It's a mid-card Money in the Bank match. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but you got to think this is actually perfect because if none of us think that whoever wins this match is going to fight Roman, fighting Seth is the best thing because what they say that championship that Seth has is going to be the working man's title.
Yeah.
You have nothing but working men in this match.
I get what you're saying. That makes total sense, like 100%. What I'm saying is that if it wasn't for Austin Theory last year cashing it in for the the United States Championship, if it wasn't for that, I would have been like, okay, one of these guys is going to take the championship and they're going to be the next champion.
That left such a sour taste in your mouth.
it was awful. It was the wrong decision.
Yeah, I never seen Jay so pissed. He was so mad about that.
I'm still mad about it.
But then look who they had fighting him for the title. You had Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins staying in a feud with him to fight to see who's going to be U.S. champion.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time they were making the U.S. title. It was the main title on the Raw brand.
I mean, that's because Roman was gone half the time with the daggone 2 titles.
Yeah, then Roman didn't even show to his own show half the time. So
exactly.
I mean, he had to cash it in on something. You couldn't cash it in on Roman because what you gonna do? Cash it at the airport? He was never there. So I'm not mad about him cashing in for the U.S. title just because of the circumstances. Now, if he did it now, that'd be stupid because they have 2 titles to do it.
This is what I look at.
Some money on this? Yeah, I want to put some money on this.
No, I mean we can.
Listen to what I'm saying with this part, though.
Okay.
Wait till we do our predictions.
What I'm saying on this part. Whoever doesn't win, now you put whoever doesn't win Money in the Bank, you put them in matches to face the Intercontinental and U.S. champions, right?
Uh-huh.
But whoever wins, I feel like you should throw them in to face either Roman or Seth. I don't say Seth because Seth is always doing open challenges, right? So you're going to get a shot at Seth's title.
He literally just fought Braun Breaker last night.
Exactly. So, you got that part. Roman needs somebody new to fight. Even though he's still in this Bloodline storyline, it doesn't mean that it's going to be a Bloodline member to face him for a title. So, yeah, the winner should still face Roman to give him somebody to fight. Otherwise, once again, he has nobody else to fight. I would want to see LA Knight face him.
Can I let me give y'all a scenario and tell me if you think this is trash or not. Would you think it was trash? It would be trash for Roman to lose his championship off of a cash in?
Yes.
Like, let's say the Money in the Bank happens, and then during the Civil War match that we'll get to later, somebody cashes in on Roman while he's in the ring. Solo's out of commission and the Usos aren't there, and whoever wins Money in the Bank cashes in on Roman.
Yeah, because I think at this point now Roman deserves to lose that match in a one-on-one match. Yeah. I mean, it ain't gonna be straight up as long as he has
a triple threat, or at least a triple threat match, not Roman just being comatose.
No, not even a triple threat match. I need it to be at this point it needs to be a one-on-one, and I want it to be underdog, kind of like Sami Zayn versus Roman.
Okay,
y'all know how hard I was rooting for Sami to take that damn title.
Yeah, so what we're looking at right now, Seth is not holding his title that much longer, right? He's not going to hold it that much longer. What I see
think so.
Until
SummerSlam at least.
Maybe that, which is not too far away. But there's 4 competitors I see that's going to be in the Royal Rumble, right? It's going to be Seth. It's going to be Gunther. It's going to be Cody. And it is going to be what else? Seth, Gunther, Cody, Damn, it was one more that I was gonna say, but I know it's gonna be 4 people, and those are gonna be the ones that determine who's gonna face Roman at WrestleMania, and it's probably gonna be Cody.
I was about to say I wouldn't be too.
Oh,
surprised
AJ
if Cody won
Styles
back to that.
and
Oh,
AJ
yeah,
Styles.
AJ Styles. Yeah, but after AJ Styles lost to Karrion
Yeah.
Kross, he ain't
But
in no
I feel
title
like,
picture anytime soon.
like I honestly feel like Finn is about to be a champion.
A mid card champion, yeah.
No, I feel like Finn is about to be the next world heavyweight champion.
Stop it.
Okay.
They've
Finn
been
was the
taking that
first
title
Finn was the first universal champion.
for
And
a day.
then he went to NXT just to boost their ratings because he never won the NXT title back. As we're seeing, Judgment Day is about to break up. Finn is going to win the title. Then
Or
his
at least
first
Priest is going to leave. I don't think they're going to break up.
No, I feel
Who's
like
gonna
Priest,
leave?
Priest is going to. Oh, he's in a Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's to say that Finn doesn't win and Priest wins Money in the Bank and then he challenges Finn?
Yeah. I think that JD McDonough is going to join Judgment Day. They're just going to change it up. Like, Finn's going to have his protege join, and then Dominic will still be there.
Oh,
So he'll
Dominic,
be raising them up.
Dominic and Rhea are probably going to leave too.
I don't see them leaving.
I don't think it's set up for them to leave yet. I could see
Not
them
right
leaving.
away.
Yeah,
But
I can see them leaving.
Damian Priest, he's on his way to having a once again having his solo career.
He about to have a babyface run.
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because once he turns on Finn, it's going to make him a babyface.
See, what they didn't show after that Raw was the fact that he went in the ring and he shook Seth Rollins' hand. And Seth Rollins is a face right now. So showing that, Finn brushed him off. They've been having their confrontation in the back and not being on the same page and stuff. So I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know how WWE does. They have a whole bunch of factions and then they start breaking the factions up.
That is true.
Oh yeah, and then you saw I don't know if y'all watched. If you saw the end of Raw when Cody teamed with KO and Sammy to go against Judgment. Was it Judgment Day? Yeah, against Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cody and Dom got the feud right now going. But that was good. I liked it. But I told y'all, I don't know if I told y'all, but I'm so tired of Sammy and KO not making these titles official because an official one like unified belt, because I wish they would defend them separately. Like defend
but that
defend
means they'll be only if they
defend the SmackDown championships one night. Because they're not
only if they plan to break them up.
But they're not the undisputed champions. They're just unified. So you can still defend both separately.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is I think Pretty Deadly's about to beat them anyway.
Yeah. No, I kind of feel like they mentioned that they're the undisputed tag team champions.
Well, speaking of that, how do y'all feel about a lot of the matches that aren't going to be on Money in the Bank? They're doing it the SmackDown before.
You talking about the
O2 Arena, like the Charlotte Asuka match. Charlotte Asuka match is going to be on SmackDown. The women's unification tag team championship for the NXT and women's titles are going to be on SmackDown. Pretty Deadly versus KO and Sammy is going to be on SmackDown. Like, how do y'all feel about them?
Why are they unifying the women's tag team champions with NXT?
I have no idea.
Why? For what reason?
Because they drafted the NXT champions to SmackDown.
And then the other ones are on Raw.
They don't have tag team champions on NXT. They're about to switch up the whole version of the NXT coming up. So they're gonna get new belts. Like, they're about to just go in a whole different direction with this.
They just didn't they just start a new direction?
Yeah, now they're going back to the black and gold.
Yeah, that's why they keep referencing
because the rumor was, I don't know if it's true or not, is that they're trying to make NXT an official third brand now. It's not going to be developmental anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be another reason why they're unifying the belts, because they're not going to have it separate. And then you might as well just lump all the women together. What they should do is, if they're going to do that, they need to turn the NXT Women's Championship into a mid-card title for the women. So that way, because there's no need for them to have 3 titles, 3 main women's titles. There's no need for that. If you're going to make it, if you could make NXT a main show, just turn that title into a mid-card title.
It's crazy that you say that, because John Trey was just asking me yesterday. So since they got a girl version of Roman's title and a girl version of Seth Rollins' title, why don't they have a girl version of Gunther and Austin Theory's championship? I said,
smart.
You know what? We've been calling for that for a while. Like, we've been talking about them having a mid-card title for a while.
You know, it's so crazy though. I never thought that AEW would have a mid-card title for the women before WWE did.
Wow, right? You're innovative.
All right, y'all. I'm out. I'll see y'all later.
They got the trios titles. WWE should have had trios titles a while ago when they had all those factions.
You know, WWE should have had a mixed tag title.
Well, they don't. Well, in AEW and actually in Impact, the men actually fight the women, so that would actually make more sense for the mixed tag title.
Yeah,
but one reason Trinity said she wanted to go, because she wanted to fight men.
When WWE was heavy and they were streaming everything on Facebook, I don't understand why they stopped that, because to me, they got a lot of traction off of that, right? They got a lot of views off of it.
And that's where y'all two and me differ. Like, I did not like that shit. That shit was boring as hell to me.
You didn't like the mixed tag titles?
No. That shit was boring. That shit was boring as hell to me. Man. But I think it's because they didn't take it. I guess because it wasn't meant to be taken crazy serious, because it's not like it felt like it wasn't canon towards the actual show. I feel like it was separate from the actual product. If it was actually incorporated in, I probably would have liked it more.
So
no, they did incorporate.
Serious?
Yeah, but not.
They did incorporate it because
not the way I wanted them to.
But on Raw and SmackDown, like literally, they kept going with Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss with Little Miss Bliss, because they had them conversating in the back and talking about it and stuff like that. So they did incorporate it. It's just that they could have went to a whole nother ceiling and plateau with it. They actually could have made it bigger than what it was.
I think that's where I'm going with it, because if you got the Usos involved in one storyline, I don't need Jimmy Uso involved over here, but then also involved in a mixed tag team story with his wife that's not really doing anything except having you and you fight the Miz and whoever and Asuka on Facebook when he got the Usos over here. Like,
kind of like the all women's pay-per-view.
I think they actually should bring that back.
It wasn't serious enough. It wasn't meant to be that serious, you know.
I know. I wish it was. Like, they could, because if they really want to get their women's division to another level, they need to have their own pay-per-view, so that way their matches don't get cut. That way you can actually explore storylines. You could do a lot of things. So I think they should bring it back. But
I agree with you.
Speaking of the women, how'd y'all feel about Charlotte's return?
It's not okay. Here we go. All right. I've been waiting for you to ask me this question. All right. Because here we go again with Charlotte returning and then immediately being thrown into the title picture. I'm over it. Like, over it. It's been done, damn near half of her 14 title run. You know what I'm saying? And I actually
I'll say 3/4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I like the fact that Bianca called her out on it, because it's so true.
Yeah.
Charlotte has not had a meaningful storyline where she has had to build herself up as the number one contender since her matches with like Sasha.
Yeah.
Other than that, she's never had to build herself up as the number one contender since she won that women's championship for the first time. Hell, They made her, a 5-time women's champion within the first, 2 years of her being. Yeah, it was a month. The first month. So her coming back and then immediately yeah, she's the number one contender against Asuka, it's whack. It's whack, and it's kind of like a slap in the face because they constantly, continuously do it. And then we all know she's going to beat Asuka. They're going to set it up for Charlotte versus Bianca. And then she's going to lose eventually. And then after she loses, she's going to go on another freaking vacation. And then she's going to come back number one contender again. It's a never-ending cycle with her.
Yeah. Man. I mean, I totally agree with you on that. I don't know whether she's getting close to retiring.
I hope so.
And that's
didn't they say that she was going to retire after she got 17?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if she's like already talking to them to being close to retirement, and that's why they're trying to boost her up to go ahead and get what this would be number 15, 14 or 15.
15.
This would be number 15. She's already this would be number 15. Here's my thing.
What WrestleMania are we at?
40.
40. Okay.
Who in the women's division has more championships than Charlotte?
Nobody.
No one.
Not even close.
So what are we doing this for?
The only person
or to break Ric Flair's record because John Cena not going to do it.
The only person to have a close record to Charlotte, the only woman that's number 2, literally, is not even with WWE anymore.
Because she had,
and that's Sasha.
She had 5.
She had like 6 or 7.
I was about to say maybe about 6 or 7.
Now,
because she got 3 with Charlotte.
It just shows. It's just a testament to how bad of state the women's division is in. Like we knew it was bad, but it's even worse now.
Oh yeah, I like this. I like the fact that. Go ahead.
I get if they're using her to re-image Bianca as heel.
That's where I was going.
To bring back Bianca from NXT, because when Bianca was with NXT, she was heel. But they could have did it without Charlotte being a number 1 contender. They could have fought to see who was going to be the number 1 contender.
Do you think that Bianca's going to cost Charlotte the championship?
Yes,
I hope so.
Yeah, I think this definitely is leading up to the Bianca Belair heel turn that I've been looking for. Street Profits ain't far behind. If you watch the way that they lost first in that tag team gauntlet match, and if you've been watching whenever Montez has been having his solo matches, he's starting to do a little more heel tendencies. And then Bianca said that she's about to start pulling the Charlotte and taking things to her own hands because apparently around here you just got to do stuff without doing it the right way. So this is all teasing it, and eventually it's going to come to a head. I don't know if it's going to be at Money in the Bank for Bianca, but it's definitely coming, and I can't wait. Yeah. I can't wait. I think it's going to take Bianca's character to another level when she goes heel.
Oh, it is because ain't nobody going to be able to stop her.
She already unstoppable now.
And then we'll get Bianca, if she doesn't take out, even if she doesn't win the Women's WWE Undisputed Championship, she'll win Royal Rumble to face Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
That's the match they've been teasing for a while.
Yeah.
Because right now, Rhea has nothing to do. She beat up Natalya again for the 15th time last night. She doesn't have anybody that's worthy of fighting her right now. So that's why she's going to be
Becky's caught up. Yeah, Becky's caught up in the storyline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bayley's on SmackDown. Io's on SmackDown.
Before Bayley's another one too. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of that storyline too.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming because her and Io are both in the Money in the Bank match. Well, actually, this Friday, I think it's this Friday. If Bayley loses her match this Friday, I think she's going to lose her spot in Money in the Bank. So we'll see how that plays out. But I want to say one more thing on AEW because I forgot about it. Wardlow lost his TNT championship to Luchasaurus. Forgot to mention that.
Oh man.
When?
Yeah,
At
on
Collision?
At Collision.
Mm.
Yeah, he lost his championship in a match to Luchasaurus.
Hey, maybe Warlow's the next person to face MJF.
Yeah, they've been there, done that. And the feud was good, but
not on that stage.
the feud was good, but I don't know because Warlow, I don't like the way they're doing him, but I'm not trying to derail this. But anyway, so yeah,
You don't like the fact that they Goldberging Warlow.
I wouldn't even say they Goldberging him because he keeps losing all his damn title matches. He keeps losing.
Hey, what happened when you go? What happens when you go undefeated and then you lose? You win, then you lose. You win, then you lose.
True.
But his championship reigns have been ass.
Who, Warlow's?
Yes.
He's a one-trick pony.
Well, he need to get more tricks because he's more athletic than Goldberg ever was. But he could do that somersault off the top rope like Brock Lesnar used to do. Then he could spear people. He's got the whole package. His promos need work, but athletically he's got everything he would need.
He got 5 moves of doom.
He's got 5 power bombs of doom.
No, because you already know once he hits a swanton bomb, he's setting up for the powerbomb sympathy.
Mm-hmm. Listen, nobody's moveset is worse than Brock Lesnar's. Okay, I don't care what anybody say. There's nothing that you could say to convince me that anybody has a worse moveset than Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. I feel like Omos has a better moveset than Brock Lesnar does. So.
Hey, at least you can do a roundhouse kick.
I want to get back to the women really quickly. So I don't know if y'all paid attention over the weekend or a couple weeks ago. Amanda Nunes retired from MMA, retired from UFC, and there's rumors that she may be on her way to WWE. Would y'all like that?
Oh, she is. Yes, I would love it.
You want to see her team up with Ronda and Shayna?
No, I want her to come in.
I want to see her take out Ronda.
Thank you. I want to see her come in as like the anti.
Like she did in real life?
Ronda. Yes. She took down Ronda in real life. I want to see her come in. I want to see her because she dethroned her in the UFC. And then I want to see her come in, cut a fire-ass promo, talk about how she already beat her in the UFC and pretty much ended her career because Ronda retired right after she lost that match.
Ain't no pretty much. She did end her career.
Exactly. And then I want to see her come in and I want to see her pretty much just dominate Ronda and Shayna with somebody else, take them titles off, and just do the whole same thing and let it just come full circle. To me, that would be perfect.
And this one might actually work than that piss poor ass one that they did with Brock Lesnar and
Cain Velasquez.
Yes. This one actually will work.
But I don't want her to just come now. Like I want her to get in there. I want her to learn how to wrestle. I want her to get, you know what I mean? Like let them train her properly. Even if it takes a year. Yeah. Let it take a year. Let it take a year. Don't put Amanda. She doesn't need to go to NXT. She doesn't need to go to developmental. None of that stuff. Get her one of those nice private, one of them private trainers. Probably the trainer who trained what's the old girl? Eva Marie. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Brian Kendrick.
Yep.
I'm about to say because Kurt Angle was Ronda's trainer.
Yeah. Well, you can tell by the way Ronda wrestles. But
she don't wrestle like Kurt.
No, she wrestles like Kurt now.
Jay wrong for that, man. You wrong for that. That man gave his body for us.
He's short. No, he didn't give his body for. Listen, you about to have we live, okay?
I feel like
have me say some messed up stuff that
I feel like that she should be trained by Tyson Kidd.
I mean, he trains a lot of people.
Yeah. That's a good trainer.
Shit, get trained by Natty. Fuck it.
No.
Or Jason Jordan, because he still trains people.
or have her join Alpha Academy. Shit, you see what they're doing, the work they're doing with Maxine. She's doing hip tosses and everything now.
I thank you.
Wait, Jason Jordan wasn't Jason Jordan the one that was supposed to be Kurt Angle's son?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened to the dude that won the gold medal? What was his name?
Okay, I'm so glad you brought him up.
He's on NXT.
I'm so glad you brought that up. So
okay.
he's about to be training this dude up there. I forget his name for his next fight.
They're bringing back like underground fighting, but they're doing it in NXT on a UFC type.
They brought up Raw Underground.
Okay. Listen,
so they're going to do like an underground fight.
With me, there's no problem with the transition. Okay, even if you did one sport, I feel like you can transition over to wrestling, especially if you did a sport as like wrestling, right? You got
Logan Paul went from boxing to WWE.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you got old girl that just came up with the female, the tag team, and she was a freaking American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, you talking about Katana?
Yeah,
Katana and Chance.
And I'm just saying, like, and I mean, look at what she's done. Because remember when she came in and she did the Women's Royal Rumble? Like, when I go back and I look at that match that she had when she was in the Women's Royal Rumble, and she was
hitting Kofi stuff.
Yeah, she was still okay to where she's at now. I mean, NXT shows that it works. You know what I mean?
You got to think, Bianca went from being a track athlete to being what she is now.
Exactly. Well, Bianca was also a professional bodybuilder too.
Yeah,
but that ain't got nothing. So is Dana Brooke. What's she doing?
She can't wrestle though.
She's height challenged, so she getting hurt.
But
she should have spent her money on getting some more talent instead of getting a facial reconstruction.
Yo, JD, relax.
Okay, I thought I was the only one.
JD.
I thought I was the only one that didn't realize. Like, I was like, yo, wait a second. This is Dana Brooke? Because she don't look nothing like the Dana Brooke. I thought, like, she had, like, a twin or, like a fraternal twin or something like that took her place. Because I was like, there's no way in hell that this is the same person. She changed everything. Nose, jaw, lips. I'm just saying.
Jay just held back on going in on Kurt Angle. You gonna talk about this woman's face?
I did hold back on Kurt Angle's a living legend. Okay, and
Kurt Angle.
He's on
Kurt Angle still looked like he broke his neck 3 times after he broke his neck the first time.
I want to say something, but it's so damn ignorant that I'm not going to say it, okay? So I'm going to just keep my comments to myself.
One power slam away from being in a wheelchair.
Hey, man, he was about to fight on DX the half the other on that last Raw.
He wasn't going to be a part of Generation X. He was just going to be the X.
Kurt Angle's not fighting nobody. He's shaped like a backwards question mark, okay? There is nobody that Kurt Angle is wrestling.
He couldn't even fight Jeff Jarrett for his wife.
Okay.
Drops the mic.
So with that said, let's get to what everybody's here to talk about. Matter of fact, JD, you go ahead and take this one.
I don't know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
take his mic away.
Yeah, you might need to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to discuss The Kick, heard all around the world, and it just so happens to be super. It just so happened to be super. But we're gonna address the first kick because let me tell you something. And I was listening to was it? It was somebody on YouTube, and they were saying like how everybody feels that the Bloodline storyline is the main character of it is Roman Reigns. No, the main character is Jey Uso, has always been Jey Uso, will forever be Jey Uso. The bloodline wouldn't have been started without Jey Uso, because main event Jey, when he got his solo run, that's what started this whole bloodline storyline.
So if you really want to keep it real, it really started because of Jimmy. Because if had Jimmy not got hurt, Jey would have never gone into that tournament match by himself.
Yeah. So you put the protagonist in the middle of the ring, and let me tell you something. He performed to the highest of high. I always used to think that Jey was like the mediocre one on promos. I guess when he had his solo run for a little while, that joint really like boosted his confidence, because when they were the day one ish Usos, Jimmy did most of the talking and Jey was just the hype man.
Yeah.
But now you got Jey that's like leading the forefront and is being the voice all around. And like, I kind of knew what was going to happen, but he had that roller coaster going up, and then boom, down. He's
got the best facial expressions. He's got the best ad libs.
His poker face is actually really freaking good. Okay,
because solos.
Yeah, I mean, we all saw that whole turn coming with Solo. That shit was, But what I'm saying is that, like, just oh my god, like the vibe, this whole entire storyline to me is what's giving WWE life right now as it is.
Yeah,
and I think that's one of the whole reasons why they decided to go ahead and unify the championships, because one, yes, there wasn't enough challengers to challenge for both titles, even though they do have a shit ton of people on the roster, but at the same time too, it created this because Roman Reigns could be going for the record with just a Universal Championship, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But I will agree that adding the WWE Championship to it escalated it, right? It made the storyline even bigger. And then they did this thing that was fantastic to me. I did not see it coming. I didn't think it was going to work. I really thought it was going to be a flop, and then they were going to have to kill the whole entire thing. But they freaking added Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn took that Bloodline storyline to a whole nother level. Like, when I say the way he elevated it, and it wasn't just him in the Bloodline, because even after, he quote unquote left and got kicked out, he continued to elevate the Bloodline, the storyline. You know what I'm saying? His promo skills, everything. Just every week, him trying to sway Jimmy and Jey, like, Roman doesn't care about you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's your cousin, but he's just using you. Like, every week, you can see him putting that little bug in their ear, like, yo, you need to just leave Roman. Stop dealing with Roman. You know what I'm saying? And then we get to the kick heard around the world, the first one, which I didn't even see it coming. Like, you saw it coming, but you didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
He was the one to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, everybody expected it to be Jey.
Yeah,
nobody expected.
Wait a couple weeks.
Exactly. Nobody expected to be Jimmy. But even still, then they go into the whole Jimmy's out, Jey or you in, and the whole conflict with that, because they drew that out 3 weeks?
Yeah, because they set him up for the U.S. championship and had his brother interfere in it and cost him the championship.
Yeah, when Jimmy cost him the championship. I thought that was I kind of figured that was going to sway Jey more towards, Roman. But I mean, the way that freaking Jey set that up on Friday night,
when he was naming all of that, he was like, main event Jey, I headline WrestleMania, all of that because of him. So you know what?
But
you're out.
Yeah.
And I'm out too. I was like,
Hey, look, I was so like, oh, I had to rewind it. I had to go back again and rewind it. But
let me tell you,
Paul, and you gotta give Paul
Right.
Heyman his credit too, man. You got to give Paul
Yes.
Heyman his flowers for what he's done with that storyline too, because he set up. I mean, just the whole thing about him setting up Jimmy voting against Jay to be number 2.
Yeah. To
So
be the next head of the table.
yeah,
Well, if you really think about it, because Cody brought it up to Roman also in their feud. He said, Jimmy and Jay are going to turn on you. Then Solo's going to be turn on you. Then you're going to be a tribal chief without a tribe and all that stuff. So Sammy
And
and
Paul Heyman,
what's the
he
name
turns
both said
to
it.
an advocate.
yeah.
But then if you really think about it, Roman should have seen it coming from Jimmy also, because you got to think the only reason that Jay even joined Roman was because Roman was choking out Jimmy and about to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jay had to say, I quit. So you got to remember how you got this group together. You got the group together because you was about to murder one of the twins. So the other twin had to stop you.
And then you tell Jay, make your brother fall in line.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy's
even
wearing
then,
the shirt.
Jimmy still
didn't
bitch. Want to. Jimmy still didn't want to join.
Yeah, remember he was wearing.
He still didn't want to join.
Yeah, because remember Jay started wearing right hand man shirt, and Jimmy was wearing I'm nobody's bitch.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that.
There's this. I forget who did it, and I'm sorry if I can't give them credit right now. But there's a video on YouTube, and it's like a 2-hour video where it details the bloodline from beginning to what just happened. It's like 2 hours
Yes, I watched
of just
that.
footage and matches. That is one of the best videos I've ever seen. I'm gonna have to look it up so I can give both boys credit.
This literally will go down as the best storyline in wrestling history.
I think it all depends on how it ends.
You any what? Say
I feel like they're gonna win Emmy.
Or do you think whatever he said that it's because he said that he thinks it's gonna go down as the greatest wrestling storyline ever. And I said, do you think that depends on how the storyline comes to a conclusion?
They got to end it right. I feel like the way that this storyline ends, I'm almost a fan of. I feel like Jimmy or Jay got to beat Roman for the title. Like that's the way that this storyline is to me is coming.
I think it has to be Jay.
I think it has to be Jay too. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it has to be. But are they going to let that happen? I don't know.
I think we talked last time we were on stream. We talked about we see Rikishi coming in, and then we know that they've been taking apparently the Usos got another brother, and then Rikishi and then Umaga has a son.
This is too big.
He said what?
Yeah, and Umaga's son has already said. Umaga's son said he does not acknowledge Roman Reigns as the head of the table.
Yeah, but we're so far off from them even appearing. Like Umaga's son's not really wrestling like that. So I mean, even if he does,
he has his first match in ROW or something like that. He got his first match.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't even think like that would be even part of the storyline. I think this storyline is gonna. This storyline is between the four of them. I don't think we're gonna get anybody else added into the storyline outside of like maybe DJ coming in, or like you said, it could be a segment with Rikishi. But if it is, I think it's going to be more of Roman disrespecting Rikishi.
In regards to it being just them four and not bringing nobody else in, did y'all see the rumors that WWE might try to bring the God in? Even though they're not part of that family though, right? The Anai family.
They're Tongan.
But they're Tongan. Yeah. But I think they will be coming to help. They said they'd be coming to help Roman, but I don't see that. If anything, they would come to help the Usos.
I don't want that. I don't want that, man.
This is the thing.
Even if they do have the Samoan, they're not part of their family. Yeah. Yes.
So
let's not add anybody else in.
Remember, I had put that in the group, and the thing about it is that they had beef with Roman, right? Because of the comparison. That was one of the reasons why
Tama
Tonga, he cut his hair. He didn't want to be affiliated with Roman by his look, so he cut his hair short.
Now he looks like
I don't
Usos.
think right. I don't think that he really does look like Jay. Like, it's crazy. But then I read something else saying that even though it's not bloodline, like they added Sammy in, Roman could just hire pretty much like hitman to take out the Usos. So he could just start paying people off to take him out. I don't necessarily think that it has to be one of the Usos or Solo to dethrone Roman. They just have to be the cause of Roman losing.
I agree with you on
for
that.
them to
but
be victorious.
But for me, I feel like for the storyline to come to a whole and say that, man, this went down as one of the greatest storylines. Because don't get me wrong, this storyline, like this faction right here, is a Hall of Fame faction. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how the Four Horsemen got in. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Ric Flair, that's what, a 2-time Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This right here, okay, they're gonna be a ballot for one of the best factions ever. Hell, I could see Roman Reigns being a 2-time Hall of Famer, one just from being with the Shield, because that was one of the greatest factions ever, one of the best storylines they ever had.
I'm about to say he was a 3-time Hall of Famer.
I know, but I'm just saying, you know,
I get your point.
Been the longest reigning champion
like Triple H.
of the modern era. Yeah.
He's gonna be like Triple H. He's gonna be DX and Legacy.
And Flair.
Yeah.
So you have to, man. You have to. There's after this storylines ends and they all break up, wrestling's gonna be awful. I'm just letting you know it's gonna be bad for a while, man.
So this goes back to what we talked about last stream of how what John Cena said is correct, how this storyline has pretty much made Roman the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
It does.
Yes.
But can you not sit there and say Roman actually deserves it? I'm not gonna lie. When you talk about like face Roman, and then you talk about heel Roman, like I can't see Roman going back to being a babyface.
Well, that's the plan. The plan is to turn him to the ultimate babyface.
There's no way. There's no way. We've had.
You can't do it now.
He has to.
We've now.
He has to go away for a year.
Oh, he's going to be. Yeah, he's going to be going. He's going to. Yeah. Once he loses this belt, it's over. Yeah, it's over. He's going to be gone forever. Not forever, but for a while.
It needs to be like JD said. It needs to be about a year.
Just like when he left and came back after. When he came back as and turned heel, he was gone forever. Nobody expected him to come back and spear the Fiend like that.
Yeah, like, but you got to think about it. When he came back, when he was from remission, he came back as a face. He was a face for almost that entire year.
He came back as a face, but then he left again. Remember, because when the pandemic happened, he had to leave again, and that's when he changed his persona when he came back.
Because he was supposed to fight Goldberg. And then we start seeing, but even when he was getting ready to fight Goldberg, if you really look back, you start seeing the evolution of the Roman Reigns that we have now.
I feel like his heel turn wasn't really official until after he beat Goldberg, and then he started feuding with Jey for Jey to fall in line.
His heel turn was official when he turned to the side and we saw Paul Heyman sitting next to him. That's when his heel turn was official.
Yeah, true.
I need to have. He said, "I need to have somebody look at this," and then Paul Heyman creep in and talk about believe that. That's the last time we heard Roman say believe that. Roman ain't said believe that since.
Yeah. Nope.
So
this is listen, and that double super kick on Roman was official.
Bro, did you see the angle of it?
You got to give him credit. He sold the hell out of that.
Bro, when after Jey kicked him the first time, feel like and he started slapping the ring, and he was like, no, you don't turn your back on me. And then they both kicked him. Yeah. That was perfect.
I really thought they were about to super kick Paul, but Paul Heyman got out of that ring fast as hell.
Nah, apparently the only person that allowed to put hands on Paul is Brock.
Of course.
But see,
Hey,
speaking of Brock and Heyman,
you heard what Jay said.
What did he say?
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, speaking of that, since to bring this all back together, how I still honestly believe that Cody is going to beat Roman for the title. I think that Brock is going to interfere in his Money in the Bank match. I still have a feeling that Brock is working with Heyman and Roman. I still get that feeling.
I don't see
Okay.
it.
I still get that feeling, man.
I'm glad. No. Hear this out, Jay. Hear this out. Roman no longer has anybody. Brock Lesnar cannot fight Roman for a championship, right? But Brock Lesnar is known for a payday. They hire Brock Lesnar to be a mercenary, right? He takes out Solo. He takes out Jimmy. He tries to take out Jay, but he can't take out Jay. Jay is the one to fight Roman and beat him.
So you're saying that you think that Solo's eventually going to turn on Roman? You think it's going to happen at or after Money in the Bank?
Nah,
I don't want to. I don't want to give it away too early.
Listen, all right. I like where you're going. I like the direction. Okay, but I kind of see it. If Solo's going to be at Roman's side, he's going to be at Roman's side until that very last moment of the betrayal, which costs him the championship. And if it's not against Jay, let's just say it's against Cody, right? I can see whatever happens that leads up to that pay-per-view event. Part of that pay-per-view event leading up to there is going to be something that keeps getting put in Solo's ear that, hey, you need to go ahead and leave Roman. Or it's going to be Roman pissed off at Solo because he can't take out Jimmy and Jay. Like, he has to take out his brothers.
I got some.
Oh, hold on. Let me just finish. I'm spitballing here. Okay? No, just it. But no, so he, because the same thing, think about it. Roman did the same thing with Jimmy. Then he did the same thing with Jay first. Remember when Jay was thinking about rolling with Sammy and them, and it was get your brother, get on the fall back in line, or he's out, right? Then Jay made his choice, came back to the bloodline. Then it was Jimmy. And Roman's telling Jay, like, hey, Jimmy's about to be out. And then, all this other kind of stuff. So it's only a matter of time before Solo gets appointed the same kind of way. Like, hey, you have a job. Take out your brothers. Solo can't take out his brother. It's his brothers. You know what I'm saying? And then sooner or later, Roman's going to start pushing those buttons on Solo. Like, either you take him out or you're out. And then when Solo decides to turn on Roman, I can see Jimmy J coming down to the ring. Let's say SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes. Referee's knocked out. Cody's on the mat. Roman's on the mat. And then you hear the Usos come out. And then you see Solo running into the ring. And then Solo standing in front of Jimmy and Jay like he's defending Roman. And then he turns around and he Samoan spikes Roman. Double super kick. Cody wins. I can see that.
Go ahead, JD.
You stated Cody being in Solo's ear, telling him something. This goes back to when they had that altercation in the ring before Roman.
He said, "You're not ready."
Exactly.
Yeah, see, me and JD was right here with that.
Cody will tell Solo, you will only be ready if you do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to tell him what that one thing is. But the one thing that will make you ready to where you're ready to play with the big dogs is if you take out Roman. Yeah. And then that's when we get the Samoan spike to Roman to cost him the championship. Mm-hmm. So we taking yours and just added that little twist in it. So you made a valid point, Jay.
I see it happening that way, man.
Yeah,
I feel like it has to go down that way. No matter, even if it is against me. To me, like I said, yes, I would love it if it was Cody. I would like it even more if it was Jey.
Yeah.
Roman versus Jey. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's one-on-one, and then you got Jimmy who comes down to help his brother, and then you got Solo who's like, nah, this, the tribal chief, and then Solo flips the script on him. That right there brings the whole entire storyline together. You know what I'm saying?
And then he's completely out of the blood. The
Yeah,
bloodline is
he's
over.
out. Jey, no, the bloodline's not over.
Jey is the
Jey's
head
now
of the
the
table.
tribal chief. Yes, Roman takes his hiatus. He leaves for a little bit, and then eventually Jey loses the championship to Cody or whoever else, and then we go from there, where the bloodline kind of fizzles down after that. But I think Jey has to have a 2-3 month run as head of the table.
They could keep the bloodline going, and then let's just hypothetically say they keep the bloodline going as a face, right? Because Jey now runs the bloodline, so they're not beating the hell. They're just defending. They're running stuff, but they're running stuff in the right way. Then all of a sudden they start going on this losing streak for over a year. They just can't get on top, and then all of a sudden, since Trey mentioned Roman, they're trying to make Roman the ultimate babyface. After a year, they make a call. And then they call Roman. Or Roman appears to help them and stuff. And he falls in line.
Okay. See, watching Roman go from leading the faction to just becoming one of the guys in it, I don't know about that.
But there is no leader no longer.
But here's the one thing about WWE.
Because if the Usos, if the Uso brothers become a bloodline, there is no leader.
Well, that's true.
But my thing is that anytime you've had any faction, when the leader gets overthrown, he never just joins the rank as like somebody that's just taking orders. It's never happened.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, that theory would definitely be going against the grain, although it could happen. I mean, I could see now that you got Jimmy, Jey, and Solo, I could see DJ's daughter finally moving up, and they adding that female aspect to the bloodline. That'd be a perfect time, a perfect opportunity to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Great points, guys. And I feel like that concludes our infamous comeback episode after a 2-week hiatus. So, got anything, Trey?
No, I might be not live. I guess I might be live tweeting from the OTR Twitter page on Sunday for Forbidden Door. I may try to do that.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't really have anything else. Just make sure y'all go ahead, like this video so we can get it out to more people so they can see what we're talking about. If you're fans of us, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Yeah, man, that's really all I got.
Yes, sir.
All right. You got anything, Jay? No, you've said enough. And I've said enough too. I'm probably about to get banned. But guess what? I don't give a damn because just like Becky Lynch, I'm the man. But nah. Appreciate y'all listening. Hey, man. I'm ready to see where this Bloodline Civil War goes to. Tune in next week. Same time, same place. This is OTR. Mic drop.
It's your boy Jay.
And it's your boy OTR Trey. Peace.
Peace.